Hello, everybody. Hello, hello,
Hello.
hello, hello. It's so good to be with you. Welcome to Let's Talk Marriage. And it's the announcement of Let's Talk Marriage 2. We've done the
Yeah.
first one, and this is a very special, free, live, online announcement. Let's Talk Marriage.
Discussion,
Tell you
chat,
more about it. What is it about?
questions,
All
answers.
that kind of
Hi,
stuff. So
guys.
thank you for joining us.
Wow, kan ek ook 'n praatjie kry?
I was in the middle of a
praatjie beertjie kry.
sentence.
Dit was 'n baie lang sentence. Listen, so we are on Facebook on this one camera and then on Instagram on another one. So we'll be going like this the whole time just to make sure that everybody feels loved
Yes.
and welcomed. Thank you. Please put it in the chat. Where are you from? I'm actually hot now. It's
You're
you.
so hot.
It's you that's sitting
You're
next
so
to me.
hot.
I would take it off. Listen, okay, please
It's getting hot in here.
tell us in the chat.
Take a fire.
Okay, focus. Where you are from. Thank you, Jacqueline. Dankie, Corrine. Oh, guys, you are so kind. Thank you, Parel.
So
Yes,
cool
Marie
to
is from
see
Parel.
everybody.
Let's see who is from the furthest city. Is that right?
Wie kom van ver af? Ja.
Is die regte taal
Who's,
gebruik?
who is dialing in the furthest away from Somerset West, Cape Town?
Vereniging. Hi, Quentin, Karen, hierdie kant. Lapasje melk.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, thank you, Inge. I had to touch up on my
Hello,
car.
Instagrammers.
Yaku,
Hello,
editing
hello.
from George. Yaku is
Oh,
here.
my word.
Oh, Yaku, we love you.
Dis so
Witbank.
cool. Hello, Jaco.
Yaku, jy moet werk.
Hello.
Jy mag nie nou lives kyk nie.
That
Ek wag
just
vir 'n
happened.
video. Langebaan. England.
That just
Yes, we've got England.
Oh,
Cool.
wow.
Joburg.
En Hoedspruit.
Okay, Glencoe. I want
Engeland en
Namibia.
Hoedspruit. Dis flippend snaaks.
Oh my God, guys, you are so cool.
Springbok,
we gonna do that?
Polokwane. We've got a local, Somerset West.
So good.
Yes, I made up some questions. We can do
Good,
that.
good. We have
You're
okay.
just gonna have to take that phone and bring it here when we do that.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
You're gonna have to.
But you can. They can also take part in voting.
They can.
Okay, awesome.
They can.
Potchefstroom, ek doen. Okay, Jaco is working. He's a man that can do two things at the same
He's
time.
multitasking. That's
Malmesbury,
amazing.
Bloemfontein. Oh,
Sundra.
this is so cool.
Well done. Hey,
Sandra.
Shaal is op. Al die
Hallo,
pad van
Shaal.
Brackenfell. Jy kan maar sê is van Brackenfell, Charlie. Grappie. Love you.
Awesome. Oh, wow.
Plettenberg Bay. We have friends in Plet. They moved away from here.
They did.
But it's a beautiful place. We
And we can't
understand.
wait to go
we
and visit
understand
there.
why.
Yay.
Saskatchewan, Canada.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's cool.
Malazan.
Uganda.
Oh my word, that is
Witbank,
amazing.
Port Elizabeth, Bellville, Roodepoort.
Canada,
nog
is
een
not
Canada.
Guys,
That's
this is so freaking awesome.
amazing.
Artikafia Island Spa. I mean, seriously, who lives there? Or are you on holiday? Oh my gosh.
So blessed and highly favored.
We
That's
are.
amazing. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yes.
And thank you for making time to do this. We, what it shows to us is that you guys are serious about marriage, and that you trust us in some way to talk about it. So thank you. We really appreciate that.
Nottingham, UK. Oh my gosh, this
That's
is so
so
much fun.
cool.
I can just watch the names come up the whole evening and then we'll have
What
a
are you
live
getting
one
over
here.
there? Where are they from?
They are living there in the Artikafia Spa. Excited
Okay,
to actually
so
live now.
cool.
Oh, I'm so glad you guys are excited. Listen, can I just tell you?
Primrose, Germiston, yes.
It's close-
Vogwel, oh my word,
I
ek
know
was al
all
in
those
Vogwel.
areas.
Yes.
New Zealand.
Wow.
Wow, people,
Dis
you
so
are
cool.
so friggin' cool. Thank you for checking out
Krugersdorp,
Elke.
lekker. Rustenburg. Man, this is so cool.
It is
Thank
very
you for
cool.
dialing in.
Yeah.
Goeienaand.
Thank you for being a friend.
There's probably going to be someone who's going to ask, why are we doing it in English? There always is one. So I just
Tannie
upfront,
Marieke van
we do it.
Brits.
We do it in English so that more people can listen and be part
From
of it.
Canada.
Because I mean, I know it's weird, but there are
It's
some
from
people that
England.
don't understand Afrikaans.
Yeah.
It's a mystery,
Really.
but there are some people.
Hello,
But it's so great.
guys. I'm seeing you.
London, UK,
Oh.
Komati Poort, Gordons
Wow.
Bay, Meyerton, Benoni,
How cool is this?
Rio.
No
Whoa,
jokes.
this is cool.
Ansu, I know her from high school. Oh,
Oh,
my
I had-
gosh.
Rio de Janeiro.
That is amazing.
That's a first. I love it.
Listen, we will definitely really
Another one from New Zealand.
sit here the whole night. Okay.
Switzerland.
Oh my gosh! We should have a map with
This is
all
great.
the. All
Oh,
the
man, I love
oh,
it.
hello Pretoria.
You guys are awesome.
Och,
Thank you
are
for
all
sharing that
welcome.
with us. Man, we've got 511 people here, 110 over there. That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Live right now. Guys,
Wow.
all right. So the reason we're doing this is because both of us are very passionate about marriage. We believe marriage is God's idea. It's His plan. Unfortunately, people, women, marriages in the past have caused all kinds of reasons why people have lost faith in the idea or the institution of marriage. And we believe that the enemy is alive and well and trying to destroy marriages because it's the cornerstone of our civilization.
Amen.
God planned it that way. And we want to do whatever we can from our side by communicating with amazing people like you about this very important subject. We want to try and do as much as we can to help marriages be the best they can possibly be.
Amen.
Do we know everything? Yes, of course. No, I'm kidding. We don't know everything. We have many things that we are still working through ourselves.
Amen.
But we are also in the privileged position of having had great leadership, great people in our lives, and we've experienced being married for 14 years this month and having 4 children. So from that place of whatever we have learned, we want to
Yes.
share and help and guide. And we've had some amazing feedback
Amen,
from our
yeah,
first
wow.
10-week seminar, people whose lives have really been impacted in such an amazing way. So we want to talk a little bit about what that was, how that worked, and what you can look forward to for Let's Talk Marriage too.
But let's just like unwind and focus and relax. So I don't know about you, but I was not keen to do this about 20 minutes ago still. Just rough day, things happening all around,
Yeah.
and lots of things to deal with.
Life happening.
happens. Life happens. But it's amazing what happens the moment you sit here and you literally go live. And that's how it's been with the 10 weeks that we had. There's something about that anticipation of every Thursday night when we
Yeah.
go live. Thank you, Vincent. He says the first 10-week seminar was amazing.
Cool.
It is just so wat is daai woord ietsie met literating?
Exhilarating.
Exhilarating. Is it regtig dit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that
exhilarating.
makes
It
sense
sounds
for
like-
what you want to say. Exhilarating.
Yes, it
Exciting.
It is, and it is. What makes it so exciting as well is the fact that it is live and it holds you accountable to be there, to rock up. Ja, met my woorde mooietjies vanaand.
Baie mooi.
Anyway, so yes, we just decided or thought that we would chat. Ek val uit my klere.
Hey, Sissy is here. Hello, Mia. My sister Mia from Holland, she's also online. That's so cool. Hello, Liefie. And someone here said, Rita, they are married 52 years in October.
Oh my word. Rita, can we just give
Rita,
Rita a hand?
yeah, that's
Seriously.
amazing.
Oh my
Well
gosh.
done. That's
That
amazing.
is amazing.
So good. You should send us a video on your top tips for marriage. I actually have a question like that tonight. So
Awesome.
should we do the questions or do you want to do some more introduction stuff?
We just want to say how this all came about. It was actually
Okay.
very organically,
Spontaneously.
Previously, beginning mid-lockdown, probably beginning. I posted. I mean, it literally started with me posting on Instagram, "Ask me a question," because I have so many social media platforms with so many DMs and comments coming from all around. Like, please share your face wash tricks and your hair stuff and your this and your this. And I thought, let's just get everything compiled in one little place. That was actually my whole mission with that, so that I can answer the questions. And then they came flooding in. I thought I was going to be able to comment back, and then I was like, oh no, that's not going to happen. We're going to have to go live. And some of the questions were about marriage. And in my live then, when I answered the questions, I said, and Heinz was actually close. He was sitting behind the scenes because he is my behind the scenes man.
I'm the techie.
When I'm doing stuff like that. And I said, well, maybe we should just do a live. And then when the comments started going about us doing a live on marriage, that just stirred something else. And then we did a live just like this tonight. And we said, geez, maybe we should do a 10-week seminar. And it was like sold out like that in seconds, which is amazing. And it was so much fun. And it took a lot of commitment from our side as well, but it was worth every single minute. Guys, I cannot start telling you what we've learned, what we have learned, the things that came out, the hurt that people sit with, the issues, the pain, but also the joy and the fun and everything else. So it's just something that we want to share with you, a little bit tonight. That's the why we are here.
That's the why.
That is the why.
We want to see people do well, and it's so great. We've had some from the first session we did like this. Before the first seminar, we also did a live like this, just to anyone who's interested, and already had some great feedback, great questions. And tonight we also want to invite you, if you have any specific questions, things that you are struggling with, worried about. I've already seen some people say, one lady said that she's getting married, but she's afraid. And that's a real thing. And
Wow.
someone needs to talk with you through that. And Amanda's asking about Mentimeter. Yes, we've got Mentimeter lined up. So I'll explain that just now. So tonight we want to answer real questions that you have. So if you have questions about marriage, whether you are married, divorced, and hoping to find love again, if you're engaged, definitely if you're engaged, and if you're in a serious relationship, thinking about marriage, or even if you are single but you want to get married, all of those phases are relevant. And when we do the seminar, we have tickets for all those cases. So no one is excluded when it comes to marriage. You are all welcome. And we actually believe that the sooner you talk about these things and you get some wisdom and experience, the better.
Absolutely.
So that you don't have to, bump your head where someone else has already bumped their heads, and learn a thing or two. So that's really what we want. And okay, Mentimeter, what is that?
Just wait, because the comments are going so quickly and I don't want to miss.
Okay.
So people, please read the comments as you watch us, because then you can also learn things and see things. So,
not the men. The men don't try. That's
Okay, no,
I'm
don't.
kidding. Okay.
Trust your wife to tell you. Belinda said, no, not Belinda. Belinda, happy 32 years. That's amazing. Annalise says, where can we get the first 10-week seminar? Okay. So you want to go for that?
I would actually just recommend that you do the new one. The way we do it. Let me explain that quickly. The way we do it is you buy a ticket on Quicket, and then you get access to a private Facebook group. On the private Facebook group, we have the live online session once a week, where we discuss the topics that we've laid out. And as we do them, that one of the main reasons we use the Facebook group is because the videos stay there. So you can tune in live and go back and look again, watch again, make notes if you want to. Or if you miss it for whatever reason, you can go back and watch it on the group whenever you can. So so the people who sign up for the first one, they're still on that group still exists, and they can go and watch it again and again. But for this one, we've created a new Facebook group because we want a new community of the guys who want to do it now. And because there's something about doing it together,
Absolutely.
something about the guys who are in it and working through these issues and questions and challenges that we face. And by the end of it, we then, on the first one, we had a Zoom call where everyone could dial in and chat and see each other and share some testimonies. And that was just amazing. So I would, for that question, I would just really recommend you get onto the new one, because if we add you to the other one, it's going to cost the same. So rather just be part of the new one.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be more live.
Yeah.
Leandi Strombeck, you're about to get engaged, but you're scared. Do the course. I'm just going to say, do the course. We're going to answer all these questions that you have tonight. We just, because they keep on coming, and it's difficult to keep up with everything.
So here's a question. Vincent asked, during the first 10-week seminar, which topic got the two of you rethinking your initial thoughts on marriage, and where you personally, or as a couple, needed more growth? Where you?
Where?
He actually spelled it right. Probably parenting for me. Made me think about a whole bunch of stuff again, and just renewed some things I already knew and believed. So for me that was the one. Iemand vra of someone asked if we fought a lot in our first year of marriage.
I thought I saw that.
We actually didn't, because at that's a story we share in the seminar. But in short, we realized that coming from different kinds of homes, we handled conflict resolution very differently.
Yeah.
And so, my way was just tell me, let's deal with it and move on. And Alette was like, still stay put. She went quiet. So we couldn't really fight. It wasn't really possible.
There was tension.
But there was tension, and we had to deal with that and work through that. So we share about how we got through that. But our first year of marriage was not, like many people say, the worst year at all. I mean, it was actually...
It was a revelation. It was a...
aanpassing. It was a big...
Ontnuchtering. What is that word? Sober. It was sobering. There we go.
That's a good word. That's a good word right
sobering
there.
Struck me right there. Listen, okay, so... hello, Sumani Landry. So I remember the first time. So we got married when I was 26 and he was 28, and I've been out of the house since I was 18. So I was I was very independent, and obviously him, well, a little bit less because he was out of the house when he was only like 24. But anyway, I'm kidding. Is it waar? Okay, yeah, so it is true. Oh. Actually, I'm not kidding. So
I'm not ashamed of that.
I was so used to doing what I want to, going where I want to, doing my own thing. And I remember, I think one of our first serious issues in our first year of marriage was
first couple of months of marriage.
First couple of months, and I got home and he was literally like following me like a little dog around the house, and I was like, just stop it. You're always here. Like, can I just get away for a few minutes?
I was actually trying to find out why something was bugging you, and you didn't want to tell me, and I kept following you, asking you, and you said, you're always here. I was like, yes, I'm going nowhere.
I'm glad. Today I'm glad. I'm very glad you didn't.
I thought you were going to tell them about the fact that you bought houses without consulting me.
No, we'll
yes,
tell you
that
in the
happened.
course. We'll tell you in the course. Okay, with technology, who else has issues with constantly on social media but forget to communicate face to face? Yes, that is a good question, Kim. Yeah.
Constantly on social media but forget to communicate face to face and physically. That sounds like a general question about communicating with people. I'm assuming you're talking about
husband and wife face to face. You're on social media.
But why would you communicate with your husband on social media?
That is what some people do.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
well, you are on social media and he is on social media, and then you don't.
So that is definitely a modern day challenge where you have two people who love each other in the same bed, but they both on different devices doing different things. We fall in that trap sometimes, to be honest, because we work for ourselves and we work all the time. So we have to set boundaries where we say, okay, now it has to go off, and we actually have to look each other in the eye and speak to each other. So that's just a discipline that you have to intentionally make and decide. And that's, guys, if there are men listening, that's mainly up to you. Because you have the sort of God-given authority already. So when you lovingly say to your wife, hey, baby, let's talk, let's communicate, let's put those things down. Just choose your moment wisely. I've learned certain moments are not great moments to say that. But choose your moments wisely. Your wife actually wants to communicate with you. She does. So make those moments, create those moments, and be intentional about it. Like, it's one of the words that came up the most in this seminar is intentional. Many of the things that people struggle with is just because they compromised or let go or forgot to make it a priority, and over time it just cuts away, and then suddenly they wake up one day and go, how's this such a big problem? And it's like, well, you haven't been giving it attention, so yeah.
Okay, just quickly, don't talk too much about one topic, because otherwise we're going to miss stuff. I'm kidding. Okay, so Renee, you're speaking about your husband was married previously and he has a boy, and now you have one together, and it's difficult to cope. We will talk about that, about previous marriages, etc. on the group. And then Liesel's asked, do you handle conflict in the group? Absolutely, we do.
It's a whole subject.
The whole evening is just on conflict. And when does the course start? So guys, it's the 1st of October.
Yes.
10 weeks, every Thursday evening, same time as now. And now we know that you're available on Thursday evenings.
All of you
so
are
now
available.
You are available, all of you. So yes, we should be
have to
selling
sign up.
591 tickets by tonight.
And we do, it's a 300 Rand for a couple for 10 weeks. I mean,
guys,
that's if you divide that up between 2 and then 10, it's nothing, per session. So we're not trying to make money. We're just trying to cover some costs and time on our side, but we want to also see your commitment.
Absolutely.
That's a big part of it, is to see that you're serious. And because if you don't pay, you're not going to show up every Thursday. But if you paid, you're going to go, I paid, I'm going to show up every Thursday. And that's important as well.
And obviously, if you have to miss it because you've got something on, then it is there. You can catch up on Friday or on Saturday, or make it a date night before the next session. How do you keep it alive? Sometimes you tend to live past each other without even noticing it. It's absolutely. I don't know if you saw my post yesterday on Instagram. It just says, sometimes I look at my life and I thought, how did I get here? Have you not noticed that sometimes you drive and your head is somewhere else, and you kind of wake up from your days and you're like, how did I get here? I can't remember looking out for other cars or anything. It's like, it's what happens in life. You get in a zone and you go and you just try to survive, especially with little children and raising children and work and freaking COVID and everything. You just one day think, who are you? And where, like, how?
How are you?
How did it happen? Yes.
Yeah.
So perhaps changing that around from who are you to how are you. And I mean, it is imperative that you check in with your spouse on a regular basis. If it's not every day where you have a listen, what is going on in your life, every second day or every third day, or at least once a week, just debriefing. Okay, so this is what I'm dealing with. This is what you're dealing with. How do we deal with it together?
Yeah. All right. Can I handle a
yes.
couple of questions? So Lana is asking, how do you deal with a man who is seriously shy and doesn't have the courage to ask you out? How do I deal with that situation? So
buy him a ticket for the course.
So that could be many different things. I'm not sure, obviously, what your situation is, but something you will hear me say a lot is you have to have the foundations in the right place, which has a lot to do with salvation. Each individual in the relationship's own relationship with God, having that in a good place, and then both together serving God first and then each other. So the reason I'm saying that is the first question I would have is, does this guy love Jesus? And do you love Jesus? That's the first question for me. That's the most important thing. Because honestly, my wife and I have said this many times to people and out loud to each other. And if marriage, God's way, is already very challenging. If you want to do it the world's way, it's almost a sure thing it's going to not work. So, and when you are a Christian and your second most important relationship in life after your relationship with God is your relationship with your spouse. So God should be consulted. God, who is my spouse? So the woman needs to ask that and wait on the Lord. And the man needs to ask that and wait on the Lord. And then when God speaks, you obey. All right? So I mean, it sounds like you want dating advice. That the best dating advice I can give you is be in a relationship with God, which means you spend time with Him, you learn to know His voice. Same for the guy. And then when the time is right, and if you are meant to be according to God, He will make a way. All right? So there's much more where that comes from, but anyway.
How much is the tickets for singles? 150.
Yes.
So half of a
price.
double.
Yeah.
Okay, are we going to do men too?
Can I take this one?
Oh my
Sorry.
gosh.
It's a good question.
Okay.
Shantae says, what advice would you give a couple who's in a long-distance marriage? My husband works away from home. He is gone now for 7 weeks already.
Oh.
We have been married for 1 year and 7 September. Okay, so in principle, I would say you need to go to him or he needs to find a job closer to home. A marriage cannot work long-term in a long-distance relationship. It is not healthy and it's not supposed to happen. That is not just my opinion. I'm sure I can find this in scripture that it's even in the Bible, in the Old Testament, when a soldier got married, he was ordered to stay home for the first year. Not allowed to go and work and do anything else.
Wow, imagine that.
So it's really important for us to know that marriage is so important that it has to trump your job, your vocation. nothing is that important that it can be more important than your marriage. So either you go to him or he finds a job closer to home. That is my strong opinion on that subject.
Especially in that first year. I mean, you're building
Yeah, it's not
foundations for the
healthy.
rest of your life. It is rough.
We had a similar situation. We were in our first year of marriage, and I got called to do a musical in the States. And there was a while there. How long was the longest segment?
7 weeks.
Yeah, it was the same. But we planned, she needed to finish work here in South Africa, but we planned that she was going to join me. And that 7 weeks was hectic. But we communicated every day, and then she joined me on tour, which was a 9-month tour. So we made a plan to be together, because it would not have been good for either of us if we stayed countries away. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh, there are so many questions. Guys,
Many
just
questions.
get into the course. Then we can chat all about this in that
so
specific
good.
evening.
Thank you for asking
thanks,
and for
Carla.
engaging. It's so
Yes,
great. Thank you, guys. We
absolutely.
really, this is exciting. I
It
love
is
this.
exciting.
All right. So maybe we should do the Mentimeter thing. What that is a website where we can ask questions, and you can log into the presentation and answer in real time. And we can all see together what everyone is answering anonymously. You don't see your name, but we see how people are answering or voting.
Absolutely.
So we have the Instagram guys, we're going to have to bring closer maybe
Okay.
and show this screen. So what you need to do is on a separate...
Okay, so this is how it looks on this side.
So on a separate device, this is going to be the
Can you
wrong way
see?
around. That's going to be the wrong way around. Anyway, it's going to be
Kan
difficult.
julle nie sien nie?
Can you comment to them? So tell them, Menti, they have to go to menti.com. All right, guys, so you go... let me show you this quickly, because the Facebook people can see this and the other people. So look at the top of this page. You'll see there's a website, menti.com. You go to menti.com on a different device
16.
or the same device, and then you type in this code, 1647294. 1647294. I'm going to type it into... Oh, there's so many platforms. I can't actually type it everywhere.
Yeah.
If someone is sharp and can see that, please type menti.com and the code in the comments section.
Where's
so we
Brad?
can get that up. Brad. I actually tried to chat to Brad today to send us a video.
Brad was our rock star
There we go. Someone is already voting.
during the course who always helped us with the code.
So what I asked is, I need you to tell us, are you married, divorced, engaged, single, in a serious relationship? We just want to get an idea. So this is how it works. You vote, and we can see in real time what is happening. So keep on voting
so
there.
Instagrammers, you can't see, but so far everybody's married.
All 9 of
So
them.
please vote.
11.
Well, the married people are faster on their
Chantel's like,
devices.
Brad, sorry, Brad was a very active member of the first course. He was always on it during the live sessions with stuff like this. He would type in and help. So Brad was just very helpful. That's why we're referring to him. So
Awesome.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you, Liesel. It's menti.com.
And Quinton, thank you. Menti.com, and the code is 1647294, and then you can do this. Thank you, everybody, for
This is so
helping.
much fun, so please do it.
There you go. We've got 1 single, 1 divorced, 21, 23, 24 married. There we go. People are waking up to this whole system.
Guys, you can't request to be in our live. You can't be in our live right now.
What? Do they want to talk to you?
Yeah, they want to be in our live. They want me to click and then they are live.
Who is it? Is it someone you know?
No.
Okay.
Well, there are actually more than one person who do.
If it's someone we know, we can let them in. Maybe they have a good question.
Oh my word, dude.
I wouldn't let someone that we don't know. Oef, die antwoord is 'n bietjie lank. It lyk snaaks. See, oh, there we go.
You
It's
have
starting
to
to
move
move.
it
Starting
over.
to move.
Okay, I'm single.
Look at that. Okay. So this is the kind of stuff we do when we're in the course. When we have a subject. So for example, we may
Oh my word, dude.
we may have a the subject. Let's say the subject is communication. Then we would put questions on here relevant to the subject. That we first have a couple of fun questions, like what kind of communicator are you, or whatever. You know, when your wife says this, what do you say? And then we try to get serious as well and see what the people are really struggling with, and then talk about those things. So it's just a very handy tool for us to open up the conversation about a certain subject. So I hope that makes sense. Some people are just telling us they're married. Okay, they obviously don't want to do the mentee thing. That's fine. That's fine. It's good to know that you're married.
Yeah,
if you still have time, please go into this thing and vote there. It'll be cool to see how many people we have. Cool. Married.
Awesome.
Great. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. All right, I'm going to go. You can keep voting there. I'm going to... Sorry, yeah?
No, Sunay is seriously asking for tips for a great date night, please. It's like the fourth time she's commented.
Well, it really depends on what they both like.
It does, but the key is get away from the kids. If you have kids, you can't have a date night at home. We've discussed that in our group. So yeah, get away. Just get away and put your phones away and drink wine and eat good food and just chat. Just have a good relationship.
So on the next one, we're asking. Sorry.
We will not have another baby, Laura. No.
No, we're done. God has spoken. 3 boys and a girl, and it's done.
Yeah.
The subject I want to learn more about the most is 1, dealing with baggage. 2, communication. 3, sex.
Awesome.
4, money. 5, in-laws. 6, parenting. So we want to see you.
Yeah.
As you vote, we'll see more little dots go to each one. That's kind of fun.
This is so cool. Communication.
Go it
is
again.
big.
Just go, Cindy, just scroll up and you'll see some people have posted the thing there. But it's also at the top of the page. You can just see at the top of the page, mentee.com, and use the code, and then it's right there. Sorry.
Only for Instagram.
I forget about the Instagrammers. I'm sorry.
It's the gram.
I'm here.
It's the gram.
I'm with you guys.
Gram.
There's a lot
Gram.
of stuff for communication. Look at that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
We are getting overwhelmingly
Yes.
votes for chatting about communication.
Yes.
A close second is sex.
People are probably
Not surprisingly.
people are apparently not struggling with money, which is
That's amazing. They don't want to know about
another
money.
reason why everybody should buy tickets.
So good. Yeah, hallelujah. That's so cool. Ooh, look at that.
Communication. Wow.
It is the winner.
It's number 1. Number 2 is sex. Number 3, parenting.
So cool.
Good. It sounds about right.
Janine vra waar is die kindertjies? Janine, hulle slaap.
Ja,
Soos
flip it.
kinders moet hierdie tyd van die aand in die bed wees. We talk about that in parenting. Your
Will
kids
you be chatting
must
about
sleep.
in-laws in your course? Yes, Megan.
Yes.
It
That's
actually
why it's
rolled
here.
over to another week because we couldn't get everything in. It's,
Oh, you're on Instagram.
Yeah.
Go into this. You can vote there to talk about in-laws.
Yes.
We thought it was going to be one evening. It turned out to be 2.
oh my word, in-laws is another
It's a
story.
big
It's
subject.
a big subject, absolutely.
We actually had a big moment when we asked on Mentee, what's the most hurtful thing an in-law has said to you? And sure, we heard some really sad, really hurtful things. We couldn't believe what some people would say to their in-laws. It's really, really hectic. So yeah, we definitely talk about that and dealing with that. And actually, in-laws and baggage sometimes go together, and because we deal with baggage. So yeah, that's very cool. Okay, let's pop back here. This is the right one.
That was a good timing
This is
though,
the
because
right
I
one.
was yawning.
Okay,
and you were
good.
supposed to hide it.
So at the end of the first course, we asked people what was one of the funniest things throughout the seminar, and a lot of them said Alette trying to hide her yawning during the session. So that was funny. That happened.
Listen, we're just real. And I think that is something we haven't really said during this time. It's very important for you to know that we do not come from a place of knowing it all or thinking we're knowing it all
I
or
think they've picked up on
pretending
that.
that we know it all. We don't.
Yeah.
But we were surprised in many conversations, even before the course, if we speak about things that other people just don't know it, that it's something that they didn't grow up with or haven't had the revelation to it. So we definitely do have something to share, and we learn from you. It's a definitely a vice versa conversation that we have. But I can assure you that it is going to be fun, and you're going to laugh. And we cried. We have had all sorts of emotions. It was
Sure.
like really real. It's a very real 10 weeks.
It's an authentic experience, we
It
believe.
is.
We try to make it that anyway. And because this is such a important subject, we can't, there's the light side, there's the fun side. We totally believe that marriage is supposed to be the place where you have the most fun with your partner as well. But obviously, that is very hard if the basics aren't in place, if the good solid foundation isn't built. I see people already telling us what the best. So the next question for those who are maybe not seeing the mentee, the next question is, we're just asking you to tell us the best advice you ever got about marriage, because maybe you know something we don't.
Absolutely.
We can always learn.
Absolutely.
So if you're on Instagram, you're not on Mentee, you can pop maybe a sentence or a thought that someone shared with you that meant a lot to you.
That's a great idea.
And
Best advice you ever got about marriage. Please pop it in the comments. That would be
so
great
we've
to
got
see.
work on it. All right. Yeah,
I tried the Mentee code but didn't seem to connect. It's 1647294.
You have to go to mentee.com, not mentimeter.com. Mentee.com, if that's maybe the thing. Don't go to bed angry. That's a difficult one sometimes, but I hear you. It comes up twice.
We have failed so many times with that one. Oh, my word.
I just want to say, on a technical point on that matter, that the Bible says, do not let the sun go down on an argument. And many times we argue and the sun's down already. So we just have to sort it out before the next sundown. And we do that. We always sort it out. It works. It works. Keep God the center of your life.
Die vrou is altyd reg.
Pray
like
together.
Dit, Johanna.
Moenie kwaad bed toe gaan nie. Listen more than you talk. That is good advice. Listening is great communication.
But what if both of you listen and then nobody's going to talk?
Yeah, when you have like two introverts married to each other.
Luckily, we don't have
Who's
that
going to say something
Oh, my goodness.
Build a good relationship with your mother-in-law. Yes. Sex is important. Freaking men. So important. I just want to know, everybody who's saying don't go to bed angry, that's great advice, but have you followed it? And have you achieved it? Because that's a difficult one sometimes.
Walk next to your spouse, not in front or behind. That's nice. Honesty. Listen not to...
Put God first, work hard, that's good. Marry a person that knows Jesus
people.
Personally, yes. A relationship that's unevenly yoked will struggle. That's so true. Have date nights, amen.
Yes. Get a dishwasher.
Yes. Dishwasher is a good one.
Oh my gosh, that
All right.
is important.
Please keep sending that. It's so good. We're loving to hear that from you. Wow, that's awesome. Very, very cool. Love it.
Is this course just for Christians? I'm saved. My husband believes, but not yet saved.
It's really for everybody, but we don't hold back on the truth. So everybody is welcome. I actually want people that aren't saved to be on this course.
Absolutely. We have had people get saved on the previous course.
Yeah.
People who thought they were.
Yeah, because that's one of the big things we talk about way in the beginning is when we discuss foundations. One of the most important foundations I mentioned earlier is salvation. What is salvation? What does it actually mean to be a Christian? Because we find all the time, many people think they are Christians, but then when we start asking questions and digging deeper, they realize, oh my word, I'm a cultural Christian. I'm just being one because my parents were and I grew up in a Christian home, but it doesn't make you a Christian. And then, because I don't want to go into it because I will talk about it the whole night.
Absolutely.
But that is the very important thing. So to answer your question, everybody's welcome, and we want everybody to come. And if you're in a relationship like that where you're like, I don't know if my husband's gonna come, just keep inviting him. Keep inviting him. Get him on the first one if you can, because there we tell our story. We make it very funny because it is very funny, and we make it very real. And sometimes people just latch on to that, and then they want to hear the rest. So I would really advise you to get him on the first session. Yeah.
Lynette asks, in a relationship, if you have lost your babies, will you and your partner get over it? With the help of God, for sure, eventually.
Absolutely. We believe that anything is possible with God. He says what is impossible with man is possible with God. Once again, when I am saved and I believe the Word of God is the Word of God and I believe God, then I must act on that. God is very clear. He says, many of you have called me Lord, Lord, but you do not do what I say. And that's a very, very big distinction between making him Lord of your life and just saying, I believe in him. There's a massive difference. So we believe, and we haven't had that, a born baby dying, but we've had a miscarriage, and we've also we know people that have lost children and seen how they've done it. We had a couple in our church in Joburg when we were there. Their son drowned, and it was a horrific experience. But we saw how God came into even that difficult space and walked with a couple and a family. Their marriage stayed intact, and they grew out of that. And we know the child is with God. You know, if we also need to have eternity mindsets. And when we have eternity mindsets, we see things completely different. All right.
Geez, guys, all the questions that you're asking is going to be discussed in the course. I cannot,
Yeah, but we have to at least
I'm
start
trying.
answering some of them.
Tanya, gee die kode asseblief weer 164724.
It's at the top of this page. I'll show it to you again. Here we go. Let me just do that. We got some more advice
Geraldine,
here.
if you are too tired for sex because you've got children and work and you feel guilty, it's totally possible. Oh my word, I have been there many a time, most of the time. But then I try to make an arrangement with my husband and say, okay, I really am not up to it right now, but tomorrow morning I meet you in the shower. Make time.
Yeah.
Make another plan. Compromise in a sense that you're giving a little bit, he's giving a little bit, and you're gonna get there eventually. So he has to respect the fact that you can't. You can, obviously, but that you are very tired. And then you have to respect the fact that he has a need, that it has to happen. And then you meet each other in the middle of the bed. Is always a good place to meet, in the middle of the bed.
And I just want to say from the man's side to the men that are listening, that if you have the approach that I've worked hard all day, and you come home with an expectation of, you know, everything has to be clean, the children has to be sorted, and now I want sex, that's probably not going to end well for you, and it might just cause more problems. Depending on your wife's love language, and we talk about that under communication,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
very important to know what your and your spouse's love language is, so that you know how to communicate. And I can promise you, if I can just talk about that specific situation, I would strongly suggest that if your husband came home with an attitude of, listen, how can I make the next half an hour or hour easier for you, and so that you don't have all the stress of the kids on you, by the time you got to bed, and he's been speaking your love language, maybe you would have been in the mood yourself. Because us guys make the mistake of just expecting it should happen because we, deserve it, or we need a release or whatever. But it's a very basic way of looking at it. There is that aspect, absolutely. There's a physical need that has to be met, but there's a way to keep the love life in a healthy place by speaking each other's love languages. Sex comes out of being intimate in a relational way first. Then sex flows out of that, and that's a beautiful thing when it's done right. So I hope that helps.
Make time for Joyce. You were so in the first course. Make time for code word worship. So yes, when it comes to sex in marriage, it is literally worship unto God. God created sex. It's beautiful. It's freaking awesome, and it is what He loves. He loves to see His children have sex in marriage. So we have told them the story that we said if it's worship, then we're gonna start using it as code word, like, geez, babe, these people must go. I want to worship.
We need to worship.
We need some time of worship now. Anyway, awesome.
Cool.
Okay, do you have another question, or is that all?
No,
all three?
I can make up some more.
No, don't
but
make up any questions.
That's the big thing. Yeah, I think
Do you need to be married to join? No, it's for singles, serious marriage, engaged. It's for everyone. It's literally for everyone. If you are planning on getting married sometime in your life.
They obviously logged on later because we did say that earlier. It's fine, guys. There's links in the post, and I'll make sure. Maybe I didn't put the link in all the posts, but on our Facebook pages and Instagram, there's links to the tickets on Quicket. So you can click on that, go and get your ticket. We want to strongly advise you to do it right now, so you know. Wanneer is die tweede kursus? It starts on the 1st of October, which is a Thursday. It's actually around the corner. We have it. Then we have it every Thursday for 10 weeks. at 9:15. Why 9:15? Because that's when all our kids are in bed, and we can do this. We can't do this in the day. We can't do this earlier at night. It's just not possible with 3 boys and a baby. So that's why we do it this time.
Wow.
It actually suits a lot of people. Doesn't suit everybody, we know, but that's why we put it on a Facebook group, so that it stays there and you can go and watch it when you can.
Do you want to put Rina's comment on the Facebook there? Sure. Rina? Ek voel jammer vir jou.
What a lot of bull. Hulle like hulle eie stem, maak nie van die huwelik 'n sirkus.
Maak van die huwelik 'n sirkus. Wow.
Wow.
That's nice.
Rina, ek is jammer jy voel so.
Ja, ek is jammer jy het eina in jou hart ook.
Ja, that for me, that shows that you have unresolved baggage, and we talk about that in week 3 and 4.
Please buy
so,
tickets.
Rina, please come. I will sponsor your ticket. I don't mind. I want you to be there and listen to what we talk about. Just because we make jokes and have fun with each other doesn't mean we don't take marriage seriously. If you listen from the start, you'll know that we take it very seriously.
Wow.
We don't need to do this. We could be in bed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Enjoying each other and enjoying a movie. But
Having
we're
sex.
here. Yes. We're here because we care. We're here because we're trying to make a difference. Anyway.
Jesus bless her.
Yeah, Rina, we love you. God
Yeah,
loves you. He has a plan for your life.
Yeah.
And if your marriage sucks, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's
and if
not
he hurt
God's
you,
plan.
I'm also sorry.
That is not God's plan.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks, Linda.
I hope we answered all your questions. Once again,
Not
you can.
all your questions.
Well, the rest we trust
We'll
will
get
be
there.
answered in the course, and we'd love to see all of you there. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Instagrammers,
Yeah.
Facebookers, YouTubers, Twitter people, everybody, we really appreciate you for making the time and joining us on this. Thank you for taking part in Menti. It was really cool. Once again, please go and get your tickets on Quicket. The links are on our social media pages, our Linktree links. It's up there. So go there, get your ticket, and then. So please, this is very important. Just a practical thing.
Yeah.
Because I had to do all the admin, and I got a little frustrated. So first step, get a ticket. Then you join the Facebook group. You're asked to join the Facebook group. When you ask to join the Facebook group, please give us your reference of your ticket. If you don't do that, I will decline you. All right? Because I can't chase and go and look where's everybody's stuff. I need you to buy a ticket, copy the reference, join the group, give the reference. It's very simple. You can do it. I believe in you. So that's the only little practical thing I want you to know about. Other than that, we would love to have you in the group and spend these 10 weeks with you. For those who are on that were in the first group, we've had 2 people ask, is it the same content? They've signed up, but they worry that it's the same content. It's pretty much going to be the same content. We've obviously learned some stuff. We want to add, we want to build on some content, but it's pretty much going to be the same content. So, and maybe on that note, just quickly want to say, we start by telling our story. How God has walked with us. Then we go into foundations, which is talking about salvation, having your own personal relationship with God in place. What does it mean? What does it look like? Then we talk about baggage. Why? Because most of the issues we have
Absolutely.
in marriage come from a place of hurt from what we picked up along the way of life. Mostly traces back to our the homes we grew up in, hurt we got from a father or a mother or a sibling, whatever. We deal with those things because if that's out of the way and there's healing, then it opens up all the other things. Then we talk about communication.
Absolutely.
If your baggage isn't dealt with, you can talk about communication till you're blue in your face. You're going to struggle. Then we talk about after communication, we've got parenting. And then after parenting, in-laws, money, sex. And then we bring it all together at the end.
Yeah,
so
baby. So
I hope,
everything that
I
is
hope that
important.
helps.
Yes.
And yeah.
Absolutely.
Aneen says they were in the first course. Hello, Aneen. My husband and I did the course. It was wonderful. We learned a lot.
Yes.
Thank you so much for saying that. Appreciate it. Yay.
Awesome.
Brad. There's
Is it
Brad. There's
Yay,
Brad,
Brad's in
guys.
the house. Well done,
Brad says
Brad.
fresh revelation and new stories. Thank you, bro. That
Awesome.
will be in the second course.
Absolutely.
We're trusting God for that.
Because we have new stories every day.
Yeah,
Let me tell you that.
absolutely. And God is always doing a new thing.
Absolutely.
So thank you for
guys.
that.
Okay, so once again, guys, you can get your ticket from Quicket. It's in my bio on Instagram, on yours. It's like, it feels like it's everywhere.
Yeah, to us.
To us, it feels like it's everywhere. We'll put it on the comments here as well. It's 300 Rand for a couple. It's 150 Rand for a single. Get your tickets. It's every Thursday night, 9:15. It's live. It's supposed to be an hour and a half. So yes, you might be a little bit tired at work on Friday, but it's Friday, eh? It's Friday. So then you can have it like a naweek.
Antoinette is saying that it's just not, she'd love to do it, but it's not financially possible for her. We realize that some people cannot afford this, and we understand that, especially in the year we're in. So what we have done is that we from our side will sponsor one or two or three couples that we maybe know that have shared their stories with us, and we understand their situation. And you'll see when you go to Quicket, there's also a ticket option that says sponsor a couple for 250 Rand. So there's a bit of a discount, and it goes towards a couple that seriously wants to do this, or a single person as well could be covered, but they just don't have the finances. And people can, I don't want to say apply, but they can send us their story, tell us why they want to do it and why they just can't afford it right now. And then we will decide who can be sponsored by those who have bought those tickets. So I hope that also helps and clarifies a little bit of that.
Anisha, no, there aren't limited tickets. I was just kidding.
No, there's no
There must
no
always
limit.
be pressure. Yes, there are limited tickets, and they're going to be sold out in the next hour. Get yours now.
Yeah, no, listen, and if it's a case of maybe, you didn't budget for it this month, we close the tickets before the 1st of October, but then we open a new ticket for the duration of the 10 weeks, so that if you maybe want to pay in October, you can.
Yes.
And then you can join and you can still be a
Absolutely.
part of it. So
Yeah.
it'll be another link, but yeah, so I mean, try to get it now so you can join from the 1st. But if you can only pay in October, we also understand that, and you can join us.
And some people only a year later as well. Like they only realize in week 3, oh my gosh, you've got a marriage course, and then they can also join in and catch up.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Mama. Dankie, Hannetjie, for your comments.
That's Alette's mom. Hello,
Put it
hello,
down.
Ma.
Hello, Ma.
Dankie, Ma.
She's my biggest fan.
Ons
I
love
hope so.
jou.
No, jy het net gesê ek is jou biggest fan.
Ek is jou biggest fan.
Ja, maar jy moet bietjie stadig daar gewees. Okay.
Like, why are you doubting even? All right, guys. We love you and we appreciate you and we look forward to having you on the course. Julle is awesome. En onthou, God het die huwelik gemaak. God created marriage for a reason.
Amen.
And the best place to learn about it, grow in it, is in a relationship with Him. If you take anything from this night,
Yes.
just please take that we all need to be in a right relationship with our Creator. And then everything else, in marriage included, will just be in a better space.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much.
Awesome. It was so cool spending some time with you.
All right.
Have a good evening.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Hello, Nederland, Kaylin. We're going to go now.